Coming up on Mountain News this morning, local nonprofits work to bring relief to the people impacted by a fire that destroyed an apartment building here in Hazard. And a softball tournament is held to bring more comfort and support to the family of fallen Scott County Deputy Caleb Conley.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 4:59. I'm Keaton Hall. I'm going to be here this week, so get used to my face. I'm sorry. Brandon Robinson, you got to get used to my face too.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Listen, we're glad to have you. We're glad to have you.
Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you. I mean, there's some storms last night, right, Brandon?
Yeah, it was a very active overnight period, active last night, but the overnight period started to calm down just a little bit, and we're still seeing a few scattered showers out there this morning. Let's take you on a tour. Live pinpoint Doppler radar. Not seeing a whole lot of activity, but still seeing some. We're going to kind of zoom in here just a little bit over toward the Big Sandy. A couple of sprinkles and light showers over that way. Prestonsburg up towards Salyersville, Royalton over in Magoffin County, seeing that as well. Down toward kind of right there at the Breathitt, Knott County line, you see a little bit of a heavier band. I'm going to circle it for you just in case you're going to miss it because it's pretty small right here. A little bit of a heavier band of rain coming through there. So again, just kind of watch out for that. Go down to the south just a little bit from basically Harlan County back over toward Knox and Bell counties. A little bit of light rain down that way. So take it easy this morning. Fog is picking up. I didn't see too much on the way in, but it was actually still raining when I came back this morning. I came back a little earlier than usual. But again, we're seeing again visibility below 5 anywhere is rough. That's basically Logan, Ashland, Moorhead, Jackson, Hazard, Prestonsburg, Plankville, Wise, Harlan, and that's it. Everybody else is above 5 there. So again, temperatures still fairly mild out there, but the cold front will come through. It's going to drop us down a little bit today. We're getting into the low 60s by later this morning. There's 60 right now in Clintwood's the cool spot. Looks like 65 in Ashland and Manchester. Nope, 66. Harlan, Middlesboro, and Jacksboro there this morning. So your out the door forecast, umbrella needed early. Maybe hopefully by later in the day we'll start to see some sunshine peek through. It may take a little while, but I think we get into the low 70s for daytime highs this afternoon. Keaton?
All right, thank you, Brandon. More than 30 people are now without a home after an apartment building caught on fire in Hazard Friday night. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox details how nearby nonprofits are working to help people impacted by the disaster get back on their feet.
Dozens of fire victims are now staying in a nearby Hazard hotel, having not much more than the clothes on their backs. Regional nonprofits are now working fast to get the victims help.
When the fire first broke out, I immediately started creating the needs assessment forms, collecting information with sizes, medical needs, shelter needs, whatever the need may be.
Clemens brought baskets of food and supplies with plans of making hot meals for the victims through this week, but she needs help with the funding.
I really need help with the community in donations and any way that they can help work through the form. So if anyone would like to, please reach out.
100% of the donations will go towards fire victims, the same policy for a fund set up by the Perry County Community Foundation.
You know, we're in a unique position where we can raise and distribute the money locally. Money doesn't go other places. Every dime that's donated goes to the fire relief efforts here.
All of the relief efforts are greatly appreciated by the victims.
It means more than us living in a building that burnt down.
There is still no official word on the cause of the fire. In Hazard, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
If you'd like to donate to fire victims, you can visit Kate Clemens' Facebook page or the Perry County Community Foundation Facebook page. In Harlan County, a teenage boy has died following an ATV crash. Kentucky State Police troopers say they received a call just after 3:30 Saturday afternoon about a single ATV collision on Reed Road in the Putney community. They say the 14-year-old boy was driving a black Polaris Ranger when it turned over and landed on him. The boy suffered an injury that resulted in his death and was not wearing a helmet at the time of the crash. Kentuckians continue to mourn the loss of Scott County Deputy Caleb Conley, nearly 3 weeks after he was killed in the line of duty. We've seen people from across the state host fundraisers supporting Deputy Conley's family. As Samantha Valentino shows us, another fundraiser was held during the weekend in the form of a softball tournament.
40 teams from across and outside of Kentucky traveled to Scott County Saturday morning to play in a softball tournament. They're playing for more than just a championship ring, though.
This is a benefit tournament. We shouldn't have to do these, but with you all here showing the community support, we really appreciate it. And I know these guys in blue standing behind you, they appreciate it.
All profits from this weekend's tournament will support the family of Scott County Sheriff's Deputy Caleb Conley.
More than anything, I can guarantee you that the family appreciate your all's support.
Those who knew Deputy Conley remember him fondly, but even those who didn't know him have heard stories about him. For the tournament's organizer, Jesse Martin, one story comes from his coworker whose son was in a car crash that Deputy Conley responded to.
He was telling me that his son was pretty bad off in a pretty bad car wreck here in Scott County, and Deputy Conley called him the next day just to check on him, you know, to make sure that the kid was okay. That's what kind of person that I've heard that Deputy Conley was.
Like Martin, many of the coaches and players here never crossed paths with Deputy Conley, but still, they traveled from as far as Western Kentucky and West Virginia to play in this tournament.
You know, when stuff happens to police officers, firefighters, you know, softball comes out. You know, it's about the girls on the field, but, you know, they're here to support the whole community. And it doesn't matter if it was in Western Kentucky, West Virginia, or in Central Kentucky.
In Scott County, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
The Epilepsy Foundation of Kentuckiana is gearing up for its 2023 Walk to End Epilepsy. In Kentucky, there are about 173,000 people living with the disorder. This month, 4 in-person walk events will take place at different locations throughout the state. The first one was in Lexington for the first time at the Kentucky Horse Park. About 150 people walked 3 miles on Saturday.
The walks that we host throughout the state go to benefit the Epilepsy Foundation of Kentuckiana. We provide education, advocacy, outreach, and direct support services for individuals affected by epilepsy and their family members. And so funds raised from the walk today and the walks around Kentucky will go to support our vital programs and services to help individuals.
The second one will be this coming weekend, June 17th, in Owensboro and Paducah. Thank you for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, brotherly love may have fallen apart in Philadelphia after a collapse on a busy interstate forces drivers to deal with an aggravating situation.
And the forecast continues to look dreary for the first half of the day, but the second half looks a little bit better. The latest in about 3 minutes.